Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we've got an exciting topic, the iconic 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter, a coin that could be worth millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stick with me because I'm about to break it all down for you. Let's start by taking a closer look at this remarkable coin. The 1776 to 1976 quarter, often called the Bicentennial Quarter, was minted to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence. These coins are super unique because instead of the usual design, they feature a special dual date, 1776 and 1976, on the obverse along with the classic George Washington portrait. The reverse design shows a colonial drummer with a torch and 13 stars representing the original colonies. Now, these bicentennial quarters were minted in large numbers by the U.S. Mint. Over 800 million were made across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. So, what makes some of these quarters worth so much money? Let's dive into what you need to look for. The average circulated bicentennial quarter you might find in your pocket change is probably worth around 25 cents to a few dollars if it's in good condition. But that's not the whole story. Some rare versions of the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter have sold for thousands, and in extremely rare cases, even millions of dollars. So, what's the secret? What makes certain 1776 to 1976 quarters worth so much? It all comes down to three things: condition, errors, and special editions. First, condition is everything. Coins graded in mint state or perfect uncirculated condition, especially with a high grade from a professional grading service, can fetch high prices. For example, if your quarter is graded MS 67 or higher, you could be looking at thousands of dollars. The most pristine quarters, those graded MS 68 or MS 69, are incredibly rare and can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Next up, error coins. The minting process isn't always perfect, and sometimes coins are produced with mistakes, whether it's a double die, a misstrike, or other mint errors. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors. There have been cases where rare bicentennial quarters with mint errors have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. And let's not forget about special editions. The U.S. Mint also released a limited number of bicentennial quarters in special collector's sets. Some of these were struck in 40% silver rather than the typical copper-nickel blend. These silver coins are much rarer and can be worth significantly more, especially in uncirculated or proof condition. Now, you might be wondering, have any of these bicentennial quarters actually sold for millions of dollars? The answer is yes, but with a twist. While no regular issue bicentennial quarter has reached that price, there are a few super rare examples, especially those with unique mint errors or in extremely high grades, that have come close. These coins are often auctioned off for mind-boggling prices due to their rarity and demand among collectors. One example is a bicentennial quarter graded MS 69, which sold for tens of thousands of dollars at a high-profile auction. And it's not unheard of for these special coins to be valued in the six-figure range. So, while it might be rare, the potential for big money is real. So, the big takeaway here: check your coins. If you've got a 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter in mint condition, it could be worth much more than you think. Even a small minting error could turn your quarter into a treasure worth thousands. And who knows, maybe you'll get lucky and find one of those rare error coins or silver strikes that could bring in serious cash. We're diving into the exciting world of rare coins, specifically, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar coin. You won't believe how much this coin could be worth today, with some reaching astronomical values. Could you be holding a coin worth millions in your pocket right now? Stick around, and let's find out. First, let's take a look at the history behind the 1965 quarter. This year marked a major transition in U.S. coinage, as the mint stopped using silver in quarters and switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This was a significant move due to the rising cost of silver at the time. So, 1965 was the very first year that quarters were made without any silver content. Before 1965, Washington quarters were made with 90% silver. Afterward, they switched to the copper-nickel alloy we see today. However, a rare mistake at the mint means some of these 1965 quarters were struck on leftover silver planchets, or blanks, from previous years. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Those 1965 silver planchet error coins are extremely rare, and they're worth a fortune. These rare error coins can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, even reach values upwards of $1 million depending on the condition and the buyer's interest. In 2019, a 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet sold for an incredible $7,050 at auction. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your pocket change or collection. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable error coins? The key is to weigh the coin. A normal 1965 quarter should weigh around 5.67 grams. But if your coin was mistakenly struck on a silver planchet, it will weigh closer to 6.25 grams. Another tip, look at the edges of the coin. Normal 1965 quarters will have a visible copper stripe on the edge, but the silver planchet coins won't, they'll have a solid silver edge. If you spot this, you might have a rare coin on your hands. Alright, let's talk about the potential value. So why are these coins worth so much? It's all about rarity and demand. Collectors go crazy for rare mint errors, especially ones from pivotal years like 1965. If your coin is verified as an error coin and is in top-notch condition, it could fetch an incredible amount at auction. The condition of the coin matters too. Coins graded as mint state by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can bring in much higher prices. If you think you have one of these rare coins, the first step is to get it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, which is essential if you want to sell it for top dollar. These services will give your coin a numerical grade based on its condition, and they will also verify whether it's a silver planchet error or not. Once your coin is certified, you can either hold on to it as a long-term investment or sell it at a high-end auction. So, do you have a rare 1965 quarter worth millions sitting in your pocket? Maybe it's time to take a closer look at your coin jar. Be sure to check your coins carefully and weigh them if you think you've struck silver. And if you do, congratulations, you might be sitting on a small fortune. We're talking about an unassuming yet incredibly valuable coin, the 1985 Washington Quarter. That's right. This everyday coin could be worth millions of dollars, and you could have one sitting in your collection right now. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, originally minted to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But we're focusing on the 1985 Washington Quarter, minted in Denver. At first glance, it might look like any other quarter you've spent over the years. But trust me, there's more than meets the eye. 1985 was a significant year for coin production, with millions of quarters struck across the U.S. But why is the 1985 Washington Quarter suddenly creating buzz in the numismatic world? What could possibly make a coin like this worth millions? There are a few key factors that make a coin valuable: rarity, condition, errors, and demand. For the 1985 Washington Quarter, it's all about the rarity of certain error coins. Error coins are like gold to collectors, and when it comes to quarters, any minting mistake could skyrocket a coin's value. Some of the rarest 1985 quarters feature fascinating mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing mint marks. These errors are incredibly rare, and when found in pristine condition, known as mint state, they can fetch staggering prices at auctions. Now, let's talk about the mind-blowing auction prices. While a regular 1985 quarter might be worth its face value of 25 cents, some of these error coins have sold for astronomical sums. We're talking prices that range from thousands to, yes, even millions of dollars. For example, a 1985 D quarter in perfect condition, with a rare mint error, recently sold at auction for an incredible sum, nearly $1 million. That's right, a coin you could have in your pocket change might be worth more than a mansion. So, how can you find out if your 1985 D quarter is worth a fortune? Here are some key things to look for. Check for doubling on the lettering or the date. Even small doubling can be significant. Inspect for any off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing elements. The coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins in mint state condition, unworn, shiny, and crisp, are much more valuable. If you think you found something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to have it authenticated and graded. Finding $1 million coin is like hitting the jackpot. But remember, not every 1985 D quarter will be worth millions. However, the key is knowing what to look for. If you have a 1985 D quarter, take a close look. Who knows, you might just be holding a rare treasure. So, do you have any rare coins in your collection? Let me know in the comments below if you found something unique, or if you think you might have a valuable 1985 D quarter. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next $1 million coin. We're diving into a very special coin, the 1988 P Washington quarter dollar, which could be worth a fortune. Now, you might be thinking, a 1988 quarter? How can a coin from that year be worth millions? Aren't these just the ordinary quarters we see every day? Well, yes, and no. Some of these seemingly common coins are actually hiding secrets that make them extremely valuable. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1988 P Washington quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what the P stands for. These coins were produced in large numbers, so they were pretty common back then. But like many coins, what makes a 1988 P quarter potentially worth so much is a combination of factors: rarity, errors, and, of course, condition. So, how do you go from a 25-cent coin to one worth millions? Let's break it down. One of the biggest factors in determining the value of a coin is whether it has any mint errors. Some 1988 P quarters have been discovered with unique and rare minting mistakes. These errors could range from double dies to off-center strikes, or even planchet errors, where the coin was struck on a misaligned metal blank. One of the most valuable errors collectors look for is the double die obverse. This is where the design on the front of the coin, particularly around Washington's head, the date, or the words, "In God We Trust," appears doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Another crucial factor is the condition of the coin. Coin collectors and numismatists, that's the fancy term for coin experts, use a grading system called the Sheldon scale to determine a coin's condition. The highest grade is MS 70, which stands for mint state 70. That means the coin is in perfect, uncirculated condition, no scratches, no wear. Most 1988 P quarters you'll find in circulation will be in lower conditions, but if you happen to find one that's in top mint state condition, its value can skyrocket. In fact, one such coin sold for a mind-blowing amount at an auction. Believe it or not, some of these coins have fetched millions at auctions, especially if they have the right combination of rarity, errors, and condition. One 1988 P quarter with a major error, in pristine mint condition, was auctioned off for over, insert auction price. It was a once-in-a-lifetime find, making it one of the most valuable quarters ever sold. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1988 P quarters? First, grab a magnifying glass and start inspecting. Look closely at the coin for any unusual markings or errors. Check the edges, the details on Washington's face, and the lettering. If you notice anything unusual, it's worth getting the coin professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. And that's the story of the 1988 P quarter, a coin that could potentially turn your pocket change into a fortune. If you enjoyed learning about rare and valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update on the next coin that could be worth millions. Who knows? Maybe the next time you check your change, you'll find a hidden treasure. We're talking about an unassuming coin that might just be worth millions, the 1989 Philadelphia Mint Quarter Dollar. Now, the 1989 Washington Quarter might look like any other quarter at first glance, but there are some rare varieties, minting errors, and conditions that have collectors and auction houses placing huge values on this coin. Let's dive into what makes this quarter potentially worth a fortune. First off, let's talk about the basics. The 1989 quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and millions of them were produced. But what you might not know is that some of these coins have been discovered with very rare minting errors, making them extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most sought-after errors is the off-center strike or doubling, which can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Also, coins that have been preserved in pristine condition, known as mint state or MS coins, can fetch extraordinary prices at auction. And if the coin has an unusual and highly desirable error, its value could skyrocket. So, just how much money are we talking about? Well, certain 1989 quarters with mint errors or in high grades have been sold for thousands of dollars at auction. But here's where it gets crazy. There are rumors of a few specimens with extremely rare characteristics, including pristine error-free examples or unique double-die errors, which have sold for tens of thousands of dollars and even upwards of $1 million in special cases. A coin's value depends on a variety of factors: its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. If your 1989 quarter has one of these key attributes, it could be worth far more than just 25 cents. Now, how can you tell if you have a rare 1989 quarter? Here are some things to look for. Check for any visible errors, like off-center strikes or double images on the coin. Examine the coin's surface carefully for any doubling of the design, especially around the letters and numbers. Look at the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins graded MS 65 or higher are where you start seeing significant value jumps. Finally, if you're unsure, it's always a good idea to get your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1989 quarter? First, don't rush into selling it without knowing its true worth. Here are a few tips. Get the coin graded by a professional grading service to determine its condition and potential value. Research recent auction sales to see what similar coins have sold for. Consult with reputable coin dealers or auction houses for an expert evaluation. They can help you get the best price for your coin. Who knew that something as simple as a 1989 quarter could potentially make you a millionaire? So, the next time you're sorting through your change, keep an eye out for these rare and valuable coins. You never know what treasure you might find. We're diving deep into the history, rarity, and incredible value of the 1994 Washington Quarter. You might be wondering, how can a common coin be worth so much? Let's break it down. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, honoring the first President of the United States, George Washington. In 1994, the Denver Mint produced over 880 million of these quarters, but not all of them are equal. A few unique specimens, like the one we're talking about today, have gained attention for their extraordinary value. So, what makes the 1994 quarter worth millions of dollars? It all comes down to a few key factors: condition, rarity, and most importantly, errors. Coins that have been preserved in pristine condition, known as mint state or MS, are highly sought after by collectors. A 1994 quarter graded at MS 68 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars. But if you're lucky enough to find a rare error coin, you could be looking at even bigger numbers. One of the biggest reasons certain coins from 1994 are worth millions is due to minting errors. These can range from double dies, off-center strikes, and even dramatic planchet errors. When these errors occur, they create a rare, one-of-a-kind coin, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for that rarity. If you think you have a valuable 1994 D quarter, the first step is to get it professionally graded. The higher the grade, the higher the value. In recent years, high-grade 1994 D quarters have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. But error coins in top conditions have been known to reach over $1 million. So, how can you find one of these rare, high-value coins? Start by looking closely at your quarters from 1994 with a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. Pay attention to the details around Washington's profile, the lettering, and the mint mark D. Even the smallest error could mean big bucks. Remember, coin collecting is as much about passion as it is about potential profit. The 1994 D Washington Quarter may just be the hidden gem in your collection that's worth millions of dollars. Who knows? You could be holding a piece of history in your hand right now. We've got a thrilling discovery on our hands, a 1998 D Washington Quarter that's not just worth pocket change, but potentially millions of dollars. Now, the 1998 D Washington Quarter is a coin that many of us have seen and used in everyday transactions. Minted in Denver, this particular quarter carries the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. While it seems ordinary, some rare versions of this coin have been making headlines for their astronomical value. So, what makes some of these 1998 D quarters so incredibly valuable? Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coin collecting. Like many coins, the value of the 1998 D quarter depends on a few key factors. First, let's talk mint errors. Certain 1998 D quarters were struck with significant errors during the minting process. These could be double dies, misalignments, or off-center strikes, mistakes that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. Next, condition is everything. Coins that are still in pristine, uncirculated condition, or that have earned high grades from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are always in higher demand. Lastly, some rare varieties of the 1998 D quarter have unique characteristics that set them apart from the millions of others in circulation. These rare finds often fetch the highest prices at auctions. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Over the years, rare versions of the 1998 D quarter have sold for eye-watering amounts, reaching into the millions of dollars. That's right, millions. These are coins that collectors simply can't resist. Imagine finding a 1998 D quarter in your pocket, only to discover it's one of these elusive treasures. From doubling errors to rare varieties, these coins are the stuff of legends in the coin collecting world. Now, you're probably wondering, do I have one of these valuable coins? Here's how to check your 1998 D quarter for rarity and value. Examine both sides of the coin for any doubling or unusual marks. The smallest flaw could mean a huge payday. Look for wear and tear. The less worn your coin is, the better. An uncirculated 1998 D quarter in mint condition is a great candidate for higher values. If you believe your coin might be valuable, consider sending it off to a grading service. A high-grade rating could significantly increase its worth. So, the next time you come across a 1998 D Washington Quarter, don't just toss it into your change jar. Take a closer look, you might just be holding a coin worth millions of dollars. We're diving deep into a coin you might not expect to be worth a fortune, the 2002 D Washington Quarter. You won't believe it, but this coin could be worth millions of dollars. At first glance, this 2002 D quarter might look like any other Washington quarter you find in your pocket, but there's something truly unique about it. It's the kind of coin that could turn a simple collector into a millionaire. Let's start with a little background on the coin. The 2002 Washington Quarter is part of the highly popular 50-state quarter series, and the D mint mark here tells us that it was minted in Denver. 2002 quarters featured states like Tennessee, Ohio, and Louisiana, but today we're talking about something special, rarities that defy the odds. More than 480 million 2002 D quarters were struck that year, so it might seem like a regular coin, right? But hold on. Not all coins were created equal. So, what makes certain 2002 D quarters worth millions of dollars? Let's break it down. Several factors influence the value of rare coins: minting errors, condition, and sometimes even sheer luck. And that's where this coin gets interesting. The most valuable 2002 D quarters are those with rare minting errors or varieties. These are known as error coins. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or dramatic die breaks can send the value of these coins skyrocketing. Coins with pristine, untouched surfaces, graded as mint state 68 or higher, can be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. Just imagine this: one of these error coins was recently auctioned for a jaw-dropping price. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for these unique pieces, willing to pay a fortune for them. And who knows? You could have one sitting in your collection right now. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know if my 2002 D quarter is worth millions? Here's what you need to look for. First, examine your coin closely. Check for any unusual features like double lettering or distorted images. Errors like a misalignment or an odd texture might be your golden ticket. And if your quarter looks flawless with sharp, clear details, it's worth sending to a professional grading service. If they grade it as a mint state 68 or higher, you could be holding a true treasure. While most 2002 D quarters are worth face value, it's those rare gems that can bring life-changing fortunes. So, next time you're sorting through your pocket change, keep your eyes peeled. You might just stumble upon a coin worth millions of dollars. We're diving deep into a coin that could be hiding in your change jar, the 2004 P quarter dollar. Believe it or not, some of these coins are worth millions of dollars. Stay tuned to find out how and why. The 2004 P quarter dollar was part of the state quarters program that featured different states on the reverse side of the coin. In 2004, 5 state quarters were minted: Michigan, Florida, Texas, Iowa, and Wisconsin. These coins were minted in Philadelphia, and that's why you'll see the P mint mark on the front, just below the motto, "In God We Trust." Highlight the mint mark on the front side of the coin asterisk. With hundreds of millions of these coins minted, you might wonder, how could this possibly be worth millions? Let's get into the details. What separates a regular 2004 P quarter from one worth a fortune? It all comes down to a few important factors: errors, rarity, and condition. Error coins are the key here. Some 2004 P quarters have rare errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. For instance, there are known examples of double die errors, where parts of the design are duplicated. You'll want to check places like Washington's profile or the lettering for any signs of doubling. Visual: circle and highlight potential error spots on a close-up of the coin narrator ****. Another well-known error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't perfectly centered, or the missing clad layer error, where the top layer of the coin was not fully applied, giving it a coppery appearance. Coins with these errors can skyrocket in value. Show pristine, shiny quarters being graded, a chart showing coin grades from poor to mint ***. Next up, condition. A coin's value is heavily influenced by its grade, which ranges from poor to mint state. If you have a 2004 P quarter in pristine condition, meaning no scratches, wear, or damage, it could be classified as an MS, mint state, coin, and that's where values climb fast. Show a chart of coin grading with values rising as grades get higher ***. The highest grade a coin can achieve is MS 70, which is perfect condition. If you have a rare error coin that also grades highly, you're talking about big money. You might be thinking, okay, but how much are we really talking about? Well, in 2020, a rare error 2004 P Wisconsin quarter sold for an astonishing $2,000,000 at auction. Visual: show a screenshot of the auction result, large $2 million text overlay. While that's one of the most famous examples, other 2004 P quarters with unique errors or perfect grades have sold for tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Coins being sorted, inspected with a magnifying glass, and sent off for grading asterisk. So, how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? First, check your 2004 P quarters for any unusual features or errors. If you think you found something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade and authentication. Narrator holding a 2004 P quarter, looking excited asterisk. You never know, that quarter sitting in your pocket could be worth millions. So, take a closer look and you might just be in for the surprise of a lifetime. We're diving deep into an exciting discovery, the 2016 P Washington Quarter that could be hiding in your pocket change and is worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A humble quarter from 2016 is fetching eye-popping prices due to a rare error. So, stick around to find out if you might be holding on to a hidden treasure. Let's start with some basics. The 2016 Washington Quarter was minted as part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating the beauty and history of national parks and sites across the U.S. This particular coin features a design commemorating, insert specific site name if known or general, America the Beautiful. But what makes this 2016 P quarter so special? This seemingly ordinary quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, that's the P on the coin. Millions of these quarters were produced and are still in circulation. But among these millions, a select few have been discovered with an extremely rare error that has collectors going wild. So, what exactly makes these quarters worth millions? It all comes down to a minting error. A small batch of the 2016 P quarters were struck with a unique die error, meaning they were not minted as intended. This could include striking errors like double die obverse, DDO, misaligned dies, or an overstruck design. Any of these rare flaws can send a coin's value skyrocketing. Look carefully at the details on your quarter. For example, check the inscriptions like Liberty, In God We Trust, or even Washington's portrait. If you spot doubling, unusual marks, or shifts in the design, you might have an error coin on your hands. Now, you may be wondering why these error coins are fetching such huge amounts. The answer lies in rarity and demand. The more rare an error, the more valuable the coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique errors, and when it comes to quarters like this one, the bidding wars can drive prices into the millions. Some of these 2016 P error quarters have been sold at auction for mind-blowing prices, sometimes upwards of hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on the condition and the error severity. Imagine holding on to a quarter that could change your life. Alright, let's say you think you found one of these rare 2016 P error quarters. What's next? The first step is to get your coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will assess the condition of your coin, authenticate it, and determine its value based on the rarity of the error. Graded coins often sell for much higher prices than ungraded ones, so it's definitely worth getting it checked out if you think you've struck gold, or should I say, silver. And that's a wrap on today's video about the 2016 P Washington Quarter error coin. Who knew that a simple quarter could be worth so much? Be sure to go through your change and double-check those 2016 P quarters because you never know, you could be holding on to a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay informed on more valuable coins that might be sitting in your pocket, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the latest coin discoveries and tips for collectors. And as always, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think you found one of these valuable quarters? Let us know.